now it's time for our shadow application. This is one of my favorite things to do. I just love all the different colors. I love all of the different shimmers. I love so many things about eyeshadows. But what I want to show you today is just kind of some very easy tips and tricks to help you get your shadows on perfectly. Now, I'm going to be using from e.l.f. A compact that is matte. It's called Mad for Mattes. And I bought this at Target. Again, I think it was maybe $6 or $8, not very expensive at all. But it has lots of different color choices for us. And so I like to use these lighter ones all over my entire lid area. I like to go from lashes to brow and from side to side. Okay, just add all of that in. Then I also like to go in with more of these medium shades as a transition color. This helps everything to be blended very softly. And then I'll go in and put tons of definitions with these darker shades. Again, you can choose whatever tones that you like, whatever you're comfortable with. If you're, going to just out quickly during the day, you may only want to use the lighter ones. And then, of course, if you want more definition, really go into these soft, smoky colors. So we're going to start out with the lighter color. And I am going to be using some brushes from e.l.f. All of these are just in that entire pack of brushes. Great value again. And you get lots of choices in your brushes. I do like to use one fluffy brush for each of the colors, so I don't really like to mix my my brushes in different colors, because obviously if you're using light and then you go into the dark and then try to go back to light, it's not going to work. So think about that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this tan color here. Okay, again, I'm just going to go from lashes to brow, side to side. And then I'm taking another brush and I'm going in with the transition color. So going in with the medium shade of brown. And I'm following just in my crease. Now, to find your crease, some of you may have more hooded eyes. Just lift your brows, close down, and then feel where your actual bone and eyeball meet, and that's where your crease line is going to be. And then what you're going to want to do is, when you put a little color in there, then just kind of work it up. Okay, obviously we want to keep this light, but working up helps to lift any area that's kind of hooded. See how I always kind of bring my eyebrows up, because I really want to lift that area and know exactly where I'm going to. Again, lifting up, especially on that outside corner. And then we're going to go in with our darkest shade. And today I'm going to be using, e.l.f. has an eyeshadow C brush. It's really good for packing on color. And so I'm going to go into these darker shades. I think I'm going to use this brown shade here. And I'm going to go on that outside corner. And you see I'm just packing in some color right there. And then I'm going to go back in with my transition brush and soften that out a little bit. Do be careful about going down too far here. We always want to think working up on this outside corner here to soften and lift. I always do this because I just want to make sure that I'm lifting as much as possible. Again, back into the transition color, softening, blending. And then if you want to add a bit more definition, and we'll do that today, I'm going to go back into the darker shades. And this one is actually that very darkest shade. It's like a smoky charcoal color. I'll show you that, sorry. This little smoky charcoal. And then, again, I'm going to go back in to the transition brush that I used earlier, and we're softening. We always want to make sure everything's very, very soft. and then we're lifting. Okay, so let me just double check, make sure I've got that together. I always like to kind of go back in with my fingers. I figure the good Lord gave them to us, we might as well use them. Certainly do fit in that area really well. Now what I want to do is kind of show you a little bit about some shimmering eyeshadows. Love shimmer eyeshadows, but for more mature eyes, you've got to be very careful about how much of that you use, and there's certain areas that you want to place it. So I'm going into the Baked Shadows from e.l.f. Lots of shimmer colors. Everything is a shimmer in here. I normally go to these lighter ones, okay? And it just depends on what you have on, how you're feeling that day. It's makeup, it's fun, have a great time with it. So I'm going to go in with those lighter colors. And then the brush that I'm going to use, again, was in that e.l.f. Compact. And it is a very close, the bristles are very close, they're very compact. So I'm going in, loading up my brush pretty good, so you can see I've got quite a bit of color on there. And then what I like to do is to go in to this inside corner here. And I see how I'm just placing that color right in there because I want a lot of impact with this shimmer there. And then you can work it right on the lid. Then another area I love to do, this is probably one of my favorite ones, is this inside corner of the eye. And then we're going to go up on the brow bone. And then I also like to actually go above that line. And then the last area that I like to highlight, and I do this almost every single day, I'm not one to wear a ton of eyeliner on my eyes, especially when I'm at work. Now if I go out, you know, I want that dramatic, smoky, wonderful eye. But another place that I use a highlighter is just right underneath the eye itself, under that lower lash line. And I'll put a little bit on the outside corner and then just a tiny little bit on the inside corner. So let me show you how that's done. And I leave the center area empty.